ball turf, and the club faces up and back behind you. You'll get a feeling from movement. I think I went after that with my top half, closer to me. 2 minutes a day, 1 minute a day, trouble casting it. I think someone wrote about that back in the day. It's wanting a fast track, nowhere near it, that we need to do throughout our swing. You can do this exercise. Oh, I think I've got it now. And you'll never hit a fat shot again. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett. You might just see Trev there, with the noisy end of him anyway. As you can see from the thumbnail or title, today's video is all about ball turf. How can we deliver this club into the ball and then hit the turf after? I think that's one difference between the elite golfer, the pros you see on the TV, and more the recreational golfer. And you can have a little bit of this ball turf today. And I'm going to give you a drill and an exercise to really give this club the best chance to make good contact with that ball first. So I've got the back camera set up. I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay, thanks very much for joining me for another one. You'll realise why I'm at the front range here, just in a little while. And I said it in the intro, it's the biggest difference between the elite golfer, the ball striker, the ball turf, create that more distance and more power, and the club golfer. Getting that ball hit first time. But how can we do it? Because there are ingredients in our swing that we need to do. You don't just stand there and hit down. There's certain moves that we need to do throughout our swing. So before we get going, first swing of the day, let's see if I can do it. Not too bad. Okay, before I carry on with the video this side, I've just got to go over to the bunker behind you. Okay, as you can see, I've made my way over from where I was just behind me into a bunker. Now, if your golf club has got a practice bunker, you can do this exercise. If you draw a line as straight as you can, thicker than I probably normally would. Now that line and the front part of it represents where the ball would be. Now the exercise is for you to make practice swings and make sure that a divot gets past that line. Now there's a few characteristics which I'll go into with the video, but you can stand there, make a swing, take a step back, put the club on the line, make the swing, and you want to see, as you can see, the divot past that line. Now what you don't want to do, and I'll go into more detail in the video, is you don't want to lean with your top half. It will achieve your goal of not hitting that line, and I'll go into more detail. It was a bit closer to the line. A lot of golfers who stay on their back foot, that will encourage the club to cast. The weight is too far behind, and that's going to encourage the club exaggerated. That's going to encourage the club to hit back. So if you're a golfer that does something like this, exaggerated, I can't do it correctly, you need a bit of this exercise. So you can stand there, put a line in the sand, address the ball, address the line where the ball would be, and you're trying to make contact way past, if you can, exaggerated, past that line. A little bit of kick in, weight shift, remember not with the head. I'll go into more detail when I finish this, but you can see now, consistently, I'm now making contact past that line. My exaggerated feel, right arm in, I'm not over the top. Okay, how can I get there? You can see my head is still over the line. Right, okay, that's exaggerated feel. Beautiful. Remember, the ball's not there to tempt you yet. This is why it's a fantastic exercise to do. Gives you that feeling. Movement breeds feeling. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nice light swings, doesn't have to be full out. I'm doing this with a 7-iron. Okay, you can see my knee is past the line there, really important. Beautiful. If you're lucky, like here at Chesterfield, you can walk 20 yards, hit a shot, or hit a couple of shots, come back, do some more feel exercises, do another 10. What does it feel like with a line? It's a great exercise to make the old line drill part of your practice routine. I love feedback exercises, and this is a great one for feedback. So remember, there's a right and a wrong way to do any drill. So what I'll do, I'll head over to the range where I was before, and I'll tell you about these little secrets to make sure that you hit this ball turf and never fat the ball again. Okay, I'll head over there now. Right, so it's the same feeling now with a golf ball. We're going to take the pace off a little bit. I've got a 7-iron, but what you're looking for is that arc of the hands to get narrower. I've done a wide to narrow drill. I think it was the lag drill, wasn't it? But there's a few exercises recently actually on the channel to really show how these hands get narrower, because that's how you do it. You don't, like I said in the bunker, you don't hit past that line by moving forward with the head. You don't go lateral with the top half. You go lateral with the bottom half, get the weight onto your front leg if you can, but most of all, you've got to get your hands narrow and close to you coming down. That's how naturally the club's going to stay high, and then it's going to strike the ball down and that turf. So my feeling now when I hit this is going to be nice and wide. I can still coil, but the semicircle, my hands and my right elbow is going to get closer to me coming down. Now the backswing doesn't mean your club head wide, it's just your hands wide. So you can create some hinge still, but my hands are wide. That's the secret. We're not just chucking our club away from us. We're stretching my left arm away. You can see how straight it is, but from here we're bringing my right arm closer to me. So you can see with the semicircle, if I haven't done it already, the semicircle of my hands is getting much closer to me on the downswing. Okay, let's see if I can do that hitting a shot, not just practice swings. I feel like I've got a line there, you can see. I'm going to hit past that line, keep my head relatively still, kick off a little bit with my right leg, but really narrow in my hands. Oh, that was squeezed. There's going to be a little bit of lateral motion with my top half. It can be a little bit, no question about it. But generally you want to try and do this with a little bit of separation, bottom half first, and with your hands doing the same thing as your right knee basically. So it's getting much more narrow, if that makes sense. That's good English, probably not. You can see there, really trying to make it, I don't know if it's concentric circles, is it? The way this downswing circle is getting much closer to you on the way down. That keeps natural lag, and the club faces up and back behind you. So the only way to hit past that line is to get this lag on the face, keep it late, keep it back up, and there's that strike down naturally. Okay, see if I can do the same thing. Imagine I'm in that bunker. Let's fire it. Okay, that was a little bit skinny. I think I went after that with my top half. Let's see if I can do a better job at that on the way down. You can see it's not going to be perfect. Golf unfortunately isn't a game of perfect. I think someone wrote about that back in the day. Okay, wide, narrow in, right elbow. You'll get a feeling from movement. Head nice and still whilst I do it. Here we go, that was much better. If you want to hit that ball turf, get your hands going past that line. The club is still up in the air and still back whilst my hands are above the ball. It's only a feel, it won't happen as you can see from the replay, nowhere near it. Your wrists are only small compared to the speed and the thrust that club's got on the way out. It's wanting to get thrown out because of the angle, because of this incline angle at the start. That's why a lot of golfers have trouble casting it and their club is too low. Yes, there's potential problems before that, the sequence in and over and out, no question. That's why I like out and wide and then in and narrow. It's exaggerated. You want to feel like the butt of the club is level with the ball. It's exaggerated. I won't be able to do it, but the club is still up and back. Won't be able to fat that one at all. Ball turf. Yeah, that was my best one so far. You can see I've only probably, hit 5 balls, I'm not sure. But if you stand there and hit a dozen golf balls, I guarantee if you feel like you're swinging in a little circle here and the downswing circle is much narrower, I guarantee that club will start to perform. It may not in the first 2 or 3, especially if you're a caster of the club and you're used to getting this club out in front of you and there's too much straight line too early. You want to try and get this club arced back. But remember, just doing that drill in the bunker, spending 2 minutes a day, 1 minute a day, just doing that. You don't really want to do it on a tee with grass because you're really going to mess the grass up and annoy the green staff. So I recommend just doing it in the bunker. Feel the same thing. What does it feel like when I'm trying to get the club past that line? Oh yes. Recognise that yes, it's easy to hit past the ball that way, but the problems from leaning into it and getting lateral are going to be probably too much top half, too much right shoulder. If that starts coming into play, there'll probably be a path issue coming down. So it's really important to be able to do it properly. Remember, I think the human being, well, I shouldn't say human being, but the human brain is wanting a fast track. Sometimes fast tracking it isn't the right way. You need to try and do it properly in golf. That's why, did I say that right? You need to try and do it properly in golf. That's why it's a difficult game. A lot of moving parts. And the moving part we want is this downswing circle to get narrower than the backswing. Oh, I think I've got it now. Ball turf, and you'll never hit a fat shot again. Okay everyone, so there are a few videos on the channel, I think over the last month or two, but really working on this downswing position. It's so important. Generally, in a perfect world, if you move certain parts of the body, this should happen automatically. This club should drop in if you activate your rotation of your torso, but I've seen too many golfers swing the club wrong for a period of time, for quite a long period of time, and just doing this and hoping the club reacts doesn't work. So you need to give this club a reminder. You need to give these wrists a reminder. And the line drill in the bunker is one of those great ones, because you can't do it too much. Well, you can, but I very rarely see a club golfer go from casting it too straight to having too much angle coming down. You can't feel it enough. Sure, there's going to be a timing issue from here because you won't be used to hitting the ball from here, but generally 50% of that squaring up and that release happens for you. Okay everyone, thanks very much for watching if you made it this far. Thank you very much for your support. If you've been around the Academy for a while, I really appreciate your continued support. So from myself, Trev, and the front range here at Chesterfield, that's a first. We'll see you next time. Stay healthy on and off the golf course, and we'll see you then. Cheerio!